In the Malagasy language, the island of Madagascar is called Madagascar, and its people are referred to as Malagasy. The origin of the name is uncertain and is likely foreign, having been propagated in the Middle Ages by Europeans. If this is the case, it is unknown when the name was adopted by the inhabitants of the island. No single Malagasy language name predating Madagascar appears to have been used by the local population to refer to the island, although some communities had their name for part or all of the lands they inhabited. One hypothesis relates Madagascar to the word Malay, referring to the Austronesian origin of the Malagasy people in modern-day Indonesia. In a map by Muhammad al-Idrisi dating from the year 1154, the island is named Gazira Malay, or Malay Island, in Arabic. The inversion of this name to Malay Gazira, as it was known by the Greeks, is thought to be the precursor of the modern name of the island. The name Malay Island was later rendered in Latin as Malichu, an abbreviated form of Malay Insula, in the medieval Hereford Mappa Mundi as the name of Madagascar. Another hypothesis is that Madagascar is a corrupted transliteration of Mogadishu, the capital of Somalia and an important medieval Indian Ocean port. This would have resulted from 13th century Venetian explorer Marco Polo confusing the two locations in his memoirs, in which he mentions the land of Madagascar to the south of Socotra. This name would then have been popularized on Renaissance maps by Europeans. One of the first documents written that might explain why Marco Polo called it Madagascar is in a 1609 book on Madagascar by Jerome Megisser. Jerome Megisser describes an event in which the kings of Mogadishu and Odal traveled to Madagascar with a fleet of around 25,000 men in order to invade the wealthy islands of Taprobane and Sumatra. However, a tempest threw them off course, and they landed on the coasts of Madagascar, conquering the island and signing a treaty with its inhabitants. They remained for 8 months and erected at different points of the island 8 pillars on which they engraved Magadoxo, a name which later, by corruption, became Madagascar. Jan Huyen van Linschoten, a Dutch traveler who copied Portuguese works and maps, confirmed this event by saying Madagascar has its name from Mokdishu or Mogadishu, whose sheikh invaded it. The name Malagasy or Madagascar is also historically attested. A British state paper in 1699 records the arrival of 80 to 90 passengers from Madagascar to what eventually became New York City. An 1882 edition of the British newspaper The Graphic referred to Madagascar as the name of the island, stating that it is etymologically a word of Malay origin and may be related to the name of Malacca. In 1891, Salah bin Osman, a Zanzibari traveler, refers to the island as Madagascar when recounting his journeys, including as part of the Emin Pasha relief expedition. In 1905, Charles Bassett wrote in his doctoral thesis that Malagasy was the way the island is referred to by its natives, who emphasized that they were Malagasy and not Madagasy. Thanks for watching. Please comment and subscribe if you enjoyed.